Hello, welcome to another episode of my PhD diary. I hope you guys have been doing well and good. I just realized I haven't recorded any episode in the last 2 months, and I decided to just do a quick one after coming back from work today. And so, there's something that caught my attention 2 days ago, and that is what I actually want to talk about and to relate it with some other situations. So, few months ago, I planted some tomato seeds, and they started growing, and I needed to replant them into a bigger container, and I did. However, I planted four plants, four tomato like trees, the plant together, and they were growing. But at some point, I realized that only two of them were striving, like were doing so good. There was a particular one that was just stunted. It's not growing. It's just the same. I used fertilizers. I took care of it however I could, but it won't just grow. Same. And then after a few weeks, I decided to replant that one that was stunted, and I placed it into another growing bag. So 2 days ago, I went to check, the way I check my plants and all. And this particular one that was stunted, when it was with the other ones, I've started producing seed than those other ones. What I'm trying to say is, so the other ones were cherry tomatoes. You know how small they are, right? But I kind of made a mistake by planting a Roma tomato with them. So this one that was stunted, that was not growing, was a Roma tomato. And you know how big they are, right? So now it's thriving, it's doing so well and excellent. So let me go back to what the topic is, then we'll come back to the story. Imposter syndrome. A lot of people have heard about what imposter syndrome is, that PhD students, they always experience that. So if you're a graduate student, a new graduate student, either master's or doctoral, and you find yourself in the midst of intellect, they might have the same intellect as you, like you might be brilliant as them. You might even be better than them. But the fact that you're new in the program, you just got there, they are talking about how many papers they've published, they are talking about their achievement, they are talking about all the programs and projects they're working on, and you keep thinking about it, you keep thinking to yourself that you haven't even done anything. You just go here, or they are talking about a topic that is very relevant and you haven't heard about it. I'm telling you, this is real. So you start feeling like maybe you're in the wrong place. Maybe you've beaten more than you can chew. Maybe this is not for you. But let me tell you, the reason why you're feeling that way is probably because you are just in the midst of people that won't let you see yourself the way you are. Let me tell you something. One of the solutions to imposter syndrome is but you removing yourself from that group of people and focus more on your growth. Don't compare yourself. Don't compete with those people. Don't feel like you need to always be with them when they are talking, when they are doing this. You need to do the way they're doing. No, because your own path, your own growth is different. You need a different growth. You need different nutrients. You need different position for your own success. See, let us go back to those plants, right? If I haven't removed that particular Roma tomato from those cherry tomatoes, it will still be stunted. And I will be thinking that, oh, this thing is not going to do well, and probably remove it or trash it or just forget about it for it to dry. But because I isolated it, I removed it. Not that I took it away totally from that environment. I didn't do that. I just replanted it into another container, into another growing bag, for it to be able to have its own root to grow. And that might be the same thing that is happening to someone when they're experiencing this kind of imposter syndrome, or when they feel like they are doing lesser than others. They just need time. They need their own space. They need their own room. They need their own opportunity to spread their wings. They need their own opportunity for their roots to be well solid. And there's another concept in biochemistry. If I can remember, it's the concept of competition and inhibition. So when we're talking about competition and inhibition of enzymes, substance, and substance. So this concept is, there's a particular inhibitor, a substance, which is an inhibitor in a chemical reaction. And there's a substrate, that's another substance in that reaction. And there's an enzyme. The enzyme is supposed to react with the substance, which is the substrate. But because of the presence of that other substance that is the inhibitor, the enzyme cannot have an effect on that substrate for that reaction to work out. That is that concept in biochemistry. So it's almost the same thing. If you are in an environment that you feel like the people around you are limiting your self-confidence, or are limiting your growth, or they are making you feel less of yourself, the best thing is for you to find your own ground to grow your own roots. Because they might not mean to limit your confidence or make you feel less of yourself, but whatever they are doing right there might be having impact on you. And there are different things that you yourself you need to consider when it comes to being in that kind of competitive environment. Okay, let's use another example. There's this talk of among doctoral students of publishing papers and not publishing papers. There are some people that are already in their third year or fourth year, and they've published like 4 papers already. And you are in your third year, you haven't even published one. There's something we call high impact and low impact publication. They might be releasing low impact publications, but you are under an advisor, or you are in a program that requires you to release a proper high impact publication. And let me tell you, it might just be one high impact publication that you need for your growth, for you to spread your wings. So if you keep comparing yourself to those people that have like 10 publications, to you that have just 1 or 2, it's very wrong. So going forward, whenever you feel like you're an imposter in a particular program, or you feel like you don't belong, number 1, remember that you need to create a room for your own root to grow. Number 2, remember that you might be even better than those people, but you haven't been able to establish yourself to become who you are supposed to. That is gonna be the end of today's episode. I hope you guys learned something, and you guys can drop comments and let me know if what I'm saying is appropriate or not. Catch you guys later. Bye.